Yo, yo. Hey, what's going on, guys? Tre07 Reactions. Listen, no intro today. No intro today. I was just scrolling through my. I usually check the news and things. Obviously, this type of news is geared towards, my liking, my algorithm, whatnot. If y'all know me, you know I'm a big MGK fan. I'm not a stan. Like I don't freaking like, but I love. I've been following him for a while, so I just know a lot about his music. I know a lot about his personal challenges and coming up in different genres, I guess, or in different games and whatnot. So I wanted to respond to this MGK Slipknot bullshit. Like I put it on my Facebook. I got into a good conversation about it, but there were some things that like I was just like not going to convince anybody of, and that's fine. That's totally fine. And I'm not here to convince you one way or the other. I'm just trying to lay the shit out and fill in some of the gaps and the holes where I think people are like ignoring and acting like this is a big deal for him, first off, or that it's going to hurt him in any way, or that this is the reason why his career has gone this way and not that way. And like, gone what way? So, first and foremost, I'm just going to say, as an MGK fan, he's at the top of his career. I've been following him for well over 10 years. I've seen him from Chip Off the Block through Lace Up, Black Flag, the all into this new stuff, through Binge, through his genre experimenting. So he's had songs out that have been emo slash rap rock ish since years ago, right? Since before the Eminem beef, where people say Eminem made him switch genres. And that's not true. He's been tapping into other genres and other parts of himself for years. He's been playing guitar for years. He's had a band for years. I saw him in Charlotte with Tech9. Let me see, 2012, 13. Yo, like, and he had a drummer and a DJ and his boy over here on the keys. So like he's always had this in his head. Travis Barker has worked with tons of rap artists, created his own. He's got people coming over recording with him just so he can feature on their stuff with their music. And he's created so many bands. So first off, for people not to give Travis Barker the credit he deserves for helping these artists come up through him, who the fuck cares? And then second, for MGK to be talk shit about because of his success and where he found success, y'all are just some hating ass motherfuckers. Like, honestly, like, listen to this. Okay, I'm not gonna look, this might be immature, this is kind of douchey, but you gotta understand, like, he's how old? 30 years old. This guy is 50 years old. Like, they're not in the same, first off, they're not even in the same genre. And he only said this out of like, yo, why are you talking shit about me, bro? Like, Corey Taylor. So if you don't know, Corey Taylor, yo, shout out to Delta 8 products from my people at Good Karma, goodkarma.life. I got my vape. I got I got my stuff in my coffee right now. I'm getting my day started. I got a lot of stuff to do. But I wanted to comment on this first. So, Corey Taylor was supposed to feature on MGK's album. He did a verse. He even recorded it and sent it to MGK. So I'm going to stop the fucking train right there. If you have an opinion about his music and the fact that he might be copying a genre, not even copying a genre, but copying a particular band who the drummer for that particular band is in this band or helping this artist, so fucking what? But if you got a problem with that, how are you going to record a verse and send it to him and get on his music and get on the album? Why? Because you're being paid? Okay. But why would you even want to do that if you don't like his music? That's bullshit, right? You're a fucking faker. I love Slipknot. I listen to all their shit. I love them. I fucking love them. I think Corey Taylor can rap. Corey Taylor's fucking amazing. The whole band's amazing. Joey Jordison's amazing. R.I.P., right? But how are you going to talk shit? Well, he talked shit after Machine Gun Kelly said, hey, the verse sounds great. Travis Barker was in communication with Corey Taylor. The verse sounds good. MGK, Colson just wants you to change a couple things and do this, and this. And he's screaming underneath the track because that's the type of shit that he's doing. It's experimental, right? Corey responded with, I don't want to make any changes that MGK wants. Maybe I'm not the right guy. I'm just gonna bail on the project. Cool. That's nothing wrong with that, dude. Nothing wrong with that. Just then leave it under the radar. Leave it at that. Leave Travis to be like, okay, I'll find somebody else. I'll get another artist that might be interested in doing the feature. But you were interested in the feature to begin with, or you wouldn't have done it. So then you do an interview, and in the interview you say, you literally bring up a guy who's making music who sounds like another band, and they're literally not trying to hide it. But that's his fucking problem, or that's another story. Okay, dude, what are you talking shit for in that moment? You were just about to feature on his album, and then now you're not because he didn't like your verse or the way you put it down, or he wanted to make some changes. It's his fucking album. He can do that. So now you're gonna get mad at the dude because he's responding to you. You're on opposite stages. He's an entertainer. He feeds off this shit, and he blows you up. Like, he just puts it out there. Now everybody gets mad because they think he's just randomly making this comment. It ain't a random comment. It's based on something he heard that you said in an interview, literally. And you didn't say his name. He didn't say your name either. There's how many 50-year-olds are running around on stage in a mask? I don't know that many bands. There's that one band with the priest guy. There's no longer Guar, or there is Guar, like, right? They do shit. There's a lot of people, but he was talking about you, and you knew it. And you were talking about him, and you knew it, because you wouldn't have said that had you not been turned down for the verse that you put out there. But you said, I'm not the right guy for it. Perfect. You could have left it at that. But you didn't. You commented. You made some talk. Same thing goes with Eminem. Eminem had a gripe about MGK, and instead of handling it through him, he tried to go around it through his publicist and his label and get him to apologize for what the fuck he said. And MGK was like, no, I ain't apologizing. Bullshit. Like, whatever. He's going to get mad about that. Whether you think it was right or wrong for what he did years ago, doesn't matter. So then Eminem starts to, like, deliberately block him from certain things because they're on the same label. So then MGK's like, yo, you're a bitch, bro. So he put it on a Tech 9 track. And then on that Tech 9 track, Eminem heard it. So Eminem put out an album in silence, which he's a fucking amazing artist. He's dope. Eminem, I grew up on him too. Not one of my favorites, but you are. So he put that out, put it out, and MGK was on it. Oh shit, bro, you're calling me out. Okay, well, rightfully so. I called you out on Tech's track. But again, none of you, who has had the balls to go at Eminem? Eminem's gone at everybody, from Britney Spears to Limp Bizkit to Ja Rule. Nobody really that heavy. You know what I'm saying? He's backed down from beefs with Wayne, and he's dissed Drake and Wayne on their own albums. And I'm sure he's done that many times. He's a subliminal type of person. He will diss you on your own fucking record. Sorry if I took forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does shit like that. Anyway, Eminem waits till all this time to release that album. MGK's like, yo, fuck it, I'm on tour. I'm going to shoot a video in between my tour buses and drop this shit. Maybe he wrote it a long time ago and he never released it. Who the fuck cares? He dropped that shit on tour out of nowhere. Didn't have to fucking do a whole album release. The album was dope. Totally fucking awesome, Kamikaze. But give the fucking man credit. The dude's 30 years old. Eminem's almost 50 or 50. Same thing with Corey Taylor. Like, they've all gone through their paying their dues. This is MGK paying his dues. This is his character. This is what he does. He's a fighter. He's a fucking Taurus. I'm a Taurus. I understand that. I ain't backing down for shit. You come at me, I'm coming right back at you, but I never throw the fucking first punch. And MGK didn't throw the first punch. He just made a comment that Eminem got pissed about, and then they squashed it, or supposedly. And then something came back because Eminem said something. I don't know. Anyway, this is a whole nother example of Eminem. These old dudes hating on these young dudes, trying to beef with these young dudes. Let them fucking come up. Shut up, bro. Like, you're not. He wouldn't even talk shit about you had you not made that comment. And this right here. Okay, now look, I'm gonna be critical. He was kind of slurring his words. He was kind of like hesitant to say it. I get it. You know, whatever. But he ain't gonna back down. Like, let's watch.
Hey, you want to know what I'm really happy that I'm not doing?
Hold on.
Being 50 years old, wearing a fucking weird mask on a fucking stage.
All right, you see what he slipped up a little bit there? That was kind of hesitant. He might have been messed up, you know, on something. Maybe he's drunk or whatever. But regardless, it was something he just wanted to say in the moment. He was like, yeah, they're fucking performing on the opposite stage. Corey Taylor made that shot at me. I'm going to fucking just call him out. Call it immature. call it douchey. That's what happened. What I'm trying to do is set the story straight and fill in those holes. This wasn't just some fucking random mishap or random thing that MGK was talking about. This is some real shit. And he could have left it alone. Nobody said his name, but everybody knew who he meant. That's why they posted it. That's why it's trending right now, because everybody knew who Corey Taylor was talking about. And now everybody knows who the fuck MGK is talking about. So they're not going to beef. Like, this is dumb. And MGK has been experimenting in different genres for a long time. This isn't a genre switch. You guys are fucking weird talking about, like, that means I know who's never heard him before and who's actually followed him and might not like his music, but at least they know about him, compared to the people that only know him because of Eminem. And that's just crazy, because that only happened a few years ago. He's had radio hits 7-10 years ago, like the You Turn Me On, that song's on the radio. Turn the radio on now, and I guarantee he'll be up in the hour on the alternative stations. He had a hit 3 years ago with Halsey. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's on the radio with several songs right now. You know, so that when you say you haven't heard of him, fine. But don't say nobody's heard of him. Don't say he just now started getting popular. You're fucking crazy. It just means you don't follow music, or it just doesn't, you don't like him or his music, so you don't have a real good opinion about it. Not, yeah, that happens sometimes. Sometimes I'll be biased towards another artist and I have no idea what their music is about. So I understand that too. Yeah, this is a little slip up, whatever. They were opposite stages, so it's only right that not only right, but it's understandable that he would get this inspiration to talk about this dude across the way, because he just heard him talking shit about him.
Talking shit.
He said talking shit. He didn't say fucking shit. Now, what I'm also going to do is go to some reactors. You guys are going to, this is something I've never seen anybody do before, but I don't care. Like, I got a couple reaction videos up, and I'm going to go ahead and react to like one or two of them. Let's see what happens.
So anyway, what's everyone's favorite candy? Reese's Pieces?
Candy! You wanted to get into some other shit. All right, let's check this out. Let me check. I got this one here. All right, that's Stevie Knight. I like Stevie Knight. He's cool. I got another person I've never seen before. Oh, Rockfeed. Let's see. Oh, this guy. All right, let's go with this guy. I don't know this guy. Finn McKenty. This is what he had to say, and I'm going to correct him each time.
We're leaving the MGK set to go watch Slipknot.
Hey, what's everyone's favorite candy?
There we go.
Apparently what happened is that Slipknot started playing, like, they've got multiple stages, right? So apparently what happened is that Slipknot was starting to play on another stage in the middle of his set, and like a lot of people were leaving the MGK set to go watch Slipknot. Okay. He apparently got butthurt about that and said this. For anybody that didn't understand it, what he said was, hey, you all know what I'm really happy that I'm not doing, being 50 years old wearing a fucking mask.
Okay, that gets a little more light on it. So he brought it up on this side because some people were leaving to go see Slipknot. Look, I'm a fan of Slipknot and MGK. If Slipknot was performing, I want to see both, right? But I saw MGK twice. I saw Slipknot once. They were super loud for the arena that I was at, and it was hard to hear them. I thought the other bands were better, but I know they put on a hell of a show. It was amazing anyway, even though it was really, really loud. I might have tried to make both shows too. I get it. I mean, I understand.
Ask on a fucking.
But he didn't say that. He didn't say I want to see how many people stayed. Oh yes, he did. Okay, look, this is a competition thing. It's entertainment. People are in their own lanes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to keep his fans there. I understand, but I would be at a conundrum as well. I like both bands.
Stage fucking shit.
Talking shit.
The first thing, is that he's from Cleveland, because anybody that says fuck 3 times in 2 sentences, that's some strong Cleveland energy there. For anybody who doesn't know, I lived there for 3 years, from 96 to 99, and MGK just reminds me of one of those guys that I would see like smoking outside the Rapid station on West 117th, and just kind of give you kind of the stink eye for no reason, ask you for a cigarette, and then kind of like mildly antagonize you for no reason, and then just get bored and leave you.
Don't be a dick. Like, say, if you're gonna be a commentator, this is the problem with media. You're a reactor. It's your video. It's your opinion. It's stuff like that. But when you're commentating on news, you got to give the facts. Like, MGK reminds me of a a bum stand on the side. All right, you know, whatever, man. I get it. It's your opinion. It's your, you know, that's what you think he is.
Alone. A lot of Cleveland energy coming out of this guy. Now, you might be wondering, what's his problem? I mean, aside from the fact that apparently he was a little bit butthurt about the fact that people were leaving his set to go watch Slipknot, there's actually a little bit more to the story than that. A couple months ago, here in February 2020.
Yeah, you know the band they're ripping off. They're not even trying to rip off a bunch of bands. They're ripping off one band. It can't be ripping them off if the drummer is literally in the fucking band. Right? It's their style. Travis Barker has created Boxcar Racer, fucking Blink, several other bands with other rappers. And what did he do with Gangsters and Thugs, Criminals and Hoods, some of the sell records. Yeah, whatever those three guys are, Skinhead Rob and Travis Barker, that he's been doing that, and MGK has been doing that. So let's not act like he's ripping off anybody.
21. Corey Taylor kind of talked a little bit of shit on him. Here's what he said. I look at some of these bands that sound like this or sound like that or sound like the other guy, and it's just like, well, they obviously listened to 2 albums that have been out for a while. But the ones that really frustrate me are the ones that they take something that's been around forever and then just basically rework it and call it new, even though it's completely derivative. You know the band they're ripping off. They're not even trying to rip off a bunch of bands. They're ripping off one band. But the younger generation picks them up and says, this is our blah, blah.
Yeah, because we're trying to keep it going. Like, let's keep that legacy alive. Travis Barker's from a cut from a thread of punk rock music, and he did it in a punk pop, you know what I mean? He's a trailblazer, man. Like, and we want to continue that. So I don't see why anybody would, to Corey Taylor, not this guy, I don't see why anybody want to hate on that. Where we've done music, I mean, music and art is a cycle. Like, nothing's new. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're trying different mixes of shit, and that's what he's doing. Like, maybe he'll start rapping in more of this pop punk genre. You don't fucking know. And Travis Barker going the route with those with Yellow Wolf and all Psycho White and with all the other type of heavier rappers he's gone with. I don't doubt that that's the route he would go. I'm interested in seeing it.
Blah blah, because they're tired of old people telling them that the music came out before them was better. And I don't know who's right, but I know both are wrong, because we should be encouraging everything.
At the same time, you just fucking dissed him. But I get it. He kind of redeemed himself there. He was like, I don't know who's right, but both are wrong, because we should be encouraging everything. I kind of, that's his like kind of like pedal back a little bit.
Taylor went on to acknowledge that he's a big old grumpy grandpa and added, I hate all the new rock for the most part. This is the part where you know that he's talking about MGK. So this part, you know, he could have been talking about anyone. This is where you sort of know that he was talking about MGK. I hate all new rock for the most part. I hate the artists who failed in one genre and decided to go rock. I think he knows who he is.
I think he knows who he is. Right. Now, you were just about to feature on this fucking album. You recorded a verse. You were in contact with Travis Barker, and MGK said he didn't really like what you put down. Travis Barker said it was great. He wanted you to switch a few things. You decided against it. Great. That's cool. But you were about to be on his album of the new rock that you don't like. Or the copycat that you don't like, who failed in one genre. He didn't fail in one genre. He was very successful in that genre, and he could still go back to that genre. It was only 1 or 2 albums ago. You guys act like he fucking just totally switched up and doesn't rap anymore. You guys didn't see that fight video? He was rapping in that. The one before that was only like 6 months ago. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Is most likely referring to MGK, who started his career doing pop rap and has recently released a pop punk album. So that's how you know that he was talking about MGK. I thought that was kind of lame and boomer rush on Corey Taylor's part. There is a little bit more to the story than just that, which I'll talk about in a minute here. But even though I think MGK is kind of a loudmouth douche, I thought it was kind of lame that Corey said that. But you know, that's Corey Taylor. He sort of knows that that's his job, is to be the get off my lawn guy. And he sort of acknowledges that here. In any case, I think that's probably part of the reason why MGK was a little bit salty and why he said this. And then,
and he's younger than you, dude. He's gonna be more salty than you're an older cat. You should have just kind of let it roll, like, you know what I'm saying. But what bothers me is that you're about to be on his album, but you were just talking shit about it. I'm not worried about all the, everybody's talking about the shit that happened after that. I'm talking about, like, how are you gonna make the decision to be on his album, be in contact with the producer of the album, write a verse and send it.
The plot gets thicker.
Send it to the album, But because he wanted you to change it, now you're going to talk shit. Like, just be done with it. Be like, I wasn't for the album. That's all. Not these fucking guys that switch genres and da-da-da-da. That's on you, bro.
This video started making the rounds and everyone, you know, is kind of going off. I would say that pretty much everybody other than MGK stands, of which there are definitely plenty.
Yo, stop with the stand shit. Just because I'm a fan and I know a lot about it doesn't make you... A stan is so much worse. Like... That's so crazy now. Look how the stan term has made its rounds. Like, everybody's a stan now because they follow their artists. This is ridiculous, man.
And, you know, obviously all of them took his side, but I think pretty much everybody else was like, what the fuck? Like, all right, so Slipknot are a bunch of older guys that wear masks on stage and like, what?
I think I made my point why people would be defending MGK in some way. Even though, yes, I agree. It was kind of douchey. He kind of stuttered. What the fuck ever, but there's no reason for it. And Corey Taylor, being the older dude who's been in the music business for longer and knows about failing with Stone Sour and creating Slipknot, a gimmick, was successful. So this guy who did that is now saying that he hates when people do that or whatever the fuck. He had to talk shit as a 50-year-old man. Like, get your shit together, bro. I'm 43 and I'm not going to go dissing some younger cat because I didn't get on his album or something. You know what I mean? Like,
what's the big deal? That's their job, right? You know, I don't like novelty metal. I don't like gimmicks. Like, I think the clown...
What did I just say?
Jumpsuit thing it's not my thing. It's kind of lame in my opinion, but it's not like they're a local band. It's not like they just started yesterday. These guys make millions of dollars a year. I don't know, if you want me to put on a fucking clown mask for millions of dollars a year, I'll do it too. So I don't know. I don't really think that sticks, especially considering that MGK made a bunch of waves. I guess it was last year. MGK, as I've talked about before, has been pushing for artists to act more like rock stars and think about aesthetics more, right? He had that thing on Allison from Spotify's podcast where he was complaining about Warped Tour bands wearing comfortable shoes on stage and not acting like rock stars. Yeah. And I think he was right about that. I think he's right that a lot of those bands...
Because he's a fucking rock star, dude. I saw him 10 years ago. This dude was climbing up the rafters and hanging and fucking... he brought his guitar out several times. You know, like he has a drummer. He's a rock star. Like... He's not just a rapper. So all these people that put him in like, oh, he switched genres or he's just a rapper and I don't know what, they just don't know. They just don't know. And I like that you're mentioning this shit and I like that you're talking about that too because it definitely needs to be talked about. So looks like I got something coming up here in a second. Let's go ahead and I want to do this one. This one is Rock Feed. This one everybody kind of looked at. But I'm going to look at it again.
Led to a wave of criticism for MGK. The video was trending on Twitter. This led MGK to respond to the criticism he received, writing, "Very odd that when an artist talks shit and I respond, I'm the bad guy."
Right.
This was not the only statement MGK would make on the matter. He then alleged that Corey was turned down for an appearance on his album. He wrote, "Corey did a verse for..."
Yo, technically that's true. Corey said, maybe I'm not the guy, but MGK didn't like the shit to begin with. He was like, yo, I don't really, let's change this, this, and this. And Corey didn't want to change that. Fair. Totally fair.
A song on Tickets to My Downfall.
He said it was fucking terrible. So, you know, hey, that's who he is, man. He said some shit. That's what he's going to do. He got mad about it, talked shit to a magazine about the same album he was almost on. I said this the other day before MGK even responded. Your stories are all off. Just admit he's bitter. You're definitely douching, but that's you. That's who it is, you know?
Album. It was fucking terrible, so I didn't use it. He got mad about it and talked shit to a magazine about the same album he was almost on.
Right.
Y'all stories are all off. Yeah. Just admit he's bitter. Now, in a shocking revelation, Corey has responded, proving that the statement from MGK was false.
No.
MGK claimed that Corey wanted to appear on the album, but Corey himself actually opted out of appearing on the song.
I guess you sent a recording. If MGK liked it, it would have got on the album.
Corey said, quote, "I don't like people airing private shit like a child, so this is all I'll say. I didn't do the track because I don't like when people try to write for me. I said no to them. So without further ado, receipts. This is all I'm going to say about it."
Look, yo, Trav. Okay, let's read this. Yo, Corey, we love it. Peep these notes from Kells. It's super fucking close. So he recorded it, sended it, right? And so he was gonna be on the album. Yo, Trav got super inspired again after listening to Corey's vocals on Can't Look Back and added some guitars over his part so it kicks you in the face right when his voices come in. Is he wrong for doing that? It's his album. He wanted you to feature. He's gonna play some shit over the top of it if he fucking feels like it. It's your. If you don't want to do that, it's fine. Okay, so I guess this is where we're at. I've been watching the news about the war and state of everything. Made me look at the song a different way. Like soldiers need a song to stay alive. Song to fight to, keep them going. I added a bridge that makes the last chorus pretty powerful. I think you and him will dig it. I sent Corey an idea for the second half of his verse. He can obviously say fuck it, but it'd be sick if it inspired anything. Yeah, totally cool. All right. So then he says, hey man, sorry I missed your call. I'm on dad hours. Totally understand. So I listened to the ideas. To be honest, don't think I'm the right guy for the track. Bet. Nothing personal. I just think this is what MGK is looking for. Someone else is the guy to do it. It's all good, and I'm stoked for him. I hope you guys find the right fit. Hope you understand. I wish you guys the best with it if you can help it. Okay, all right. So look, I guess you can see him opting out because he wanted him to do some extra stuff, and he didn't like the bridge and the chorus, and he didn't like where it was going. But if at that point MGK said, I like the verse, let's keep it the way it is, Corey would have been on the album and no one would be talking shit. So there's some truth to he did opt out, but there's also some truth that you already recorded it. Had he not had a problem with the way, had he approved it the way it was and didn't put guitars over it and didn't, he was going to be on a second verse, he might not, it might have not, he just didn't want it to go that way. So, hey, all right, yeah. This is kind of getting like a little like too detailed. Like, yeah, you're right, personal shit like that, but I just don't think you should have talked shit to that magazine and none of this would have transpired. You triggered him and he's a fucking machine gun. Like, so you triggered him, he went off, and now you're kind of trying to like do all the footwork to back you up, but in honesty, you're not. I don't see it as a backup. I just see it as you're trying to explain it away when you were going to be on his album and then you talk shit after you backed out of the album. Like, you don't have to talk shit about it. You don't have to, like, art is art and you can appreciate it even if you don't like it. You should understand that more than anybody, being a seasoned, successful, mature, grown man, a dad for that. You should understand that you don't do that unless you said it on purpose and you're trying to trigger somebody and you knew that was going to happen, because that's how he is. And we know that. And he's 30 years old. He's a fucking rock star. Like, right now, does it matter? And everybody's going to say, oh, he's trending now, so that's where he got famous. But or Eminem made him famous. First, what's funny, Eminem killed his career, but then Eminem made his career. Which is it? Because he had a career before that. He was at the top of his game before that, and then he just went even more at the top of his game. Not Drake successful or Eminem successful. Let's not compare numbers and shit. He's not there yet, and he's almost there, but he hasn't hit, right? But he had success before Eminem, and he would have had success even if he didn't go at Eminem, because it seems like all the people are just talking shit about his new music anyway. So how could he have been successful if you hate his music? You get what I'm saying? No, maybe not. I don't care.
Attached is an email from Travis Barker. Ideas, and to be honest, I don't think I'm the fit for it. Corey was the one to turn down the appearance on the album. He even provided the entire email sent to Travis Barker. It's unclear why MGK would claim he rejected Corey's verse when he obviously turned the offer down.
Well, because he didn't like the way it was and he made changes. So Corey didn't like the changes he made. So, yeah, I can say Corey Taylor opted out. I'll give you that. I don't think you should have even started talking shit after that because it was unnecessary. That's where I'm at with it. So whether he opted out or not is not the issue. You were going to be on his album. And my issue is that you were going to be on his album, but then you started talking shit about the same album you were just about to be on. I don't see why you had to do that. You're a grown-ass man. Not necessary to diss the dude's fucking way he wants to create his art or reinvent the wheel, whatever the fuck it's Blink 182 is who you're talking about, and Travis Barker's the drummer. So, I mean, whatever. If Rook can start playing that shit And this guy over here can start. That'll be MGK's band, and with Travis Barker, Blink-182, Boxcar Racer inspired. But it's not. It's who he was. He grew up on Blink. He's an alternative rock star. Like, he raps. Like, he's all that. He's an actor. He surpasses all these other artists on different levels. Like, what movie you ever seen Corey Taylor in? He would suck, I think. I don't know. Maybe he's been in a movie. I don't know. Eminem plays himself really well, but what other movie? He's awkward. He's awkward in regular interviews. MGK has done like 6 movies already, and he's dope. He's good. Anyway, that's my Stan fucking perspective. Motherfuckers are gonna call us Stans. I'm gonna own it, right? I'm just a big MGK fan. Been following him for a while. Got a lot of love for him. Got a lot of respect for him, and that's just it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Sam here is anxious. He won't be approved.
Anyway, that's my take on it. Oh, I wanted to go through Stevie Knight. Maybe I'll see what Stevie Knight's got to say for the next couple minutes.
I mean, regardless of how I feel about the whole Eminem MGK shit, like, MGK is a very, very, very talented rapper.
Thank you.
Very talented rapper, man. I can't take it away from him.
Yeah.
And when he does this shit like this, it discredits him as an artist to me, or it takes away from him.
Really?
Because you gotta do all this little bullshit
to
put yourself on the main stage.
Yeah.
Even though you've been in the main stage your entire career,
I'm
aware that he's been making shockwaves through the rock world right now. Like, he's making big numbers. So what's the point of even doing this? Like, what are you going to accomplish from that? What are you going to accomplish from that? I guarantee Slipknot stands is shitting on MGK stands as far as that rock shit is concerned. So bro, you putting your back against the wall. You're not going to win that fight. You're not going to win. I don't need to know anything about rock to know you're not going to win that fight.
You think he's trying to win, or you just think that's him? Like, he's easily triggered, obviously, right? And he's living his life right now. He's at the peak of his career, and the drama, that's how it works in this entertainment thing. Like, kind of the drama kind of fuels it sometimes. Tommy Lee, even though he was like going through some anger and this and that, it fueled his success. And same way, MGK is just that type of guy. That's why they cast him in those roles, like to play Tommy Lee and Motley Crue, because that's him. And that's why Travis Barker's linked with him, because that's the type of guy he is. But I know exactly what you're saying, and I agree. Looking at that from that perspective, yeah, in a rational mind, you would be like, yo, what are you doing, bro? You're not gonna, why would you do that? But he's just clearing the air, making his point known as well. And if people don't agree with it, that's fine. But I don't think he's creating any kind of divide. Like, I don't think any MGK fans that also listen to Slipknot are like, no, fuck MGK. I think a lot of Slipknot fans are saying fuck MGK, but they're fans that have never listened to MGK in the first place, so it doesn't really fucking matter. But nobody that listens to MGK and Slipknot is like, fuck Slipknot. I'm not. I still dig him. I like him. I think it was wrong of him to make comments in a magazine about it, like I said. So
what's the point?
Yeah.
What is the point?
No, I hear you, man.
It's like some immature troll type shit going on, and I mean,
I don't like trolling either.
I can't give an assessment on how I think he is as a rock star, because that's just not my wave of music. But
that's what I think he's doing.
The rock world likes MGK as an artist, so
I think that's what he's doing. He's just kind of like saying whatever he feels. You
don't need to move this way.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm off my soapbox. I want to see what exactly has been taking place. Between
their sets would over.
We already saw this, right?
Caught up in this bull.
Earlier today, we child.
So unless he just thought that Corey Taylor was not gonna put the receipts out, like maybe he thought, all right, he old school, he probably not gonna be messy like that. Corey like, nah, bro, hell no, I'm with the shit. You gonna throw that shit on me? I'm gonna throw that shit right back. He has the most detailed of receipts, bro.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? He don't need to do this. Bro.
I think I'm the right guy for the track. Nothing personal. I just think that if this is what MGK is looking for, someone else is the guy to do it. It's all good, and I'm stoked for him. I hope you guys find the right.
It's all good, and I'm stoked for him. Yet you're gonna talk shit to the magazine about the genre you were just about to participate in, or the album you were that's that bullshit. And that's where I'm coming with that.
Fit for it. Hope you understand, and I wish you guys the best.
I don't want nobody writing for everything, man. He's basically saying I don't want nobody writing for me.
Yeah.
But he presented it in such a professional, nice way, and MGK gonna try to throw this back in his face and put what he put on, bruh. It's just messy. It's messy. It looks MGK look terrible.
Yeah.
And it's just whack. It's whack. It's whack. Slipknot.
God, I wish I could look at it from this perspective more often. Because even if I wasn't a fan, I would still think this way. I'd be like, no, bro. Like, you came over here. And I still think, like, okay, cool. Like, all the receipts and this and that. But what's the fact is, you were talking shit about an album you were just about to be on. So, what do you hate about it?
With the dub, bro. I just want to see how the audience response to this is gonna be. I ain't got no dog in the fight. I could care less either way. I mean, I do care. I wish MGK wouldn't move this way. It's corny, but whatever. You gonna do what you gonna do.
He's gonna bounce.
I respect the hell out of Corey Taylor moving the way he is, but he grown. He grown. Like it's grown folk. It's grown folk shit. You know
was it grown folk shit to talk shit in the magazine? He should have the way he handled this. He handles controlled situations, but then you're in an interview and you're just throwing up like, yeah, you didn't say his name, but he knows who he is. That was after you bailed on the album because you didn't like what he was doing to your song. Seems sketchy.
I wish you guys the best with it. If I can.
He looks whack. Took another L, man.
Oh.
Took another L, bro.
That ain't no L.
Just be quiet. Do your rock stuff. Smash your girl and win, bro. Just win. You've been winning. You've been winning. Now you got to be messy. You talking shit, getting in trouble with, getting in fights with Connor and all that, man. I mean, it's gonna get you more.
Yo, Connor threw a swing at him because he thought he was fucking Jake, right? Isn't that what happened? I don't know, man. What Conor McGregor's a little immature bitch too. Like, whoa, my bad. I don't want to say nothing. No, this is immature. I get it.
But people gonna lose respect for you, bro. They're gonna lose respect for you, dog.
Nah.
Ain't nothing more important than respect, bro.
I'm not gonna lose no respect for him. I think he's just acting who he is. That's MGK. It is what it is. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I like shout out to the reactors that Stevie Knight. What's up, bro? Let me know if using this video isn't cool, and I'll take it down. But shout out to you guys, Finn McKenty. Shout out to you, bro. The Truth, this dude right here. Go ahead and check his channel out. Stevie Knight has a dope channel. Like, he was on a bunch of stuff with the Kasky thing and purposely trying to tank his career. No, it's not. It's like MGK is trying. No, his album's called Tickets to My Downfall. Like, he's literally trying to get all the way to the top. Because the whole idea is that, like, I'm selling tickets to my downfall. Like, I'm gonna get all the way the fuck up there. So I don't know. I don't think he's gonna downfall. I just think that this is his thing. This is his lane. You know what I mean? And I'm here for it. I love his career. I love the way he's going with it. I love what he's doing. So it is what it is. Anyway, that's my reaction, guys. Go ahead and
Raymond was what did you want to be?
Yeah. I'll see you later, guys. I appreciate you guys checking me out. Peace.